trouble managing our tasks until one of my colleagues found Monday.com.
And welcome back, everybody. We are playing 7 Days to Die again today. Today's episode, of course, I have to say we are somewhat complicated here by the fact that, yet again, Alpha 17 has been announced as being delayed. So I figured, let's finish this fucker up, and let's get on with a modded series. So, that is why I'm playing this today. Of course, it's been a while since I've played, but I really want to get moving on with a modded series. So, because that will be a good filler until Alpha 17. So I've decided that this will be effectively the last episode of this particular playthrough, at least for now. Maybe at some point I'll come back and have a little fun with it, but for now this is gonna be the last episode for the time being. And basically all I'm doing today is I'm just putting a few finishing touches on some of the block work of this castle here. So there we have an outside staircase now up to here, and then this will go up here, and then I can go like that as well. This will come down here, and I have to leave that one open. So I have one tower there and one little tower there. I'm not sure if I need more than that, but oh shoot, we're getting a horde. Let me just take care of this real quick. And at least we'll have a little fun on our last day. I mean, you can get the idea that this would be a fairly defensible position. Might be better off with my bow, because I can aim it better. Oh, we're getting some assault on the castle here. I don't have a drawbridge, so couldn't really block out the enemy invaders. Of course, every time I shoot and it hits the wall, you know, it's doing a little bit of damage. So we're gonna have to correct for that. The pistol makes short work of these guys, so that's good. Very easy battle when you have a gun, you know. And, you know, what I would say at this point in the game, at this late game here, is pretty much unlimited, or I don't have to worry about ammo, really, at all. I can make as much as I want at this point, pretty much. My crops are doing really well. They're all ready to harvest again. We'll get down to that at some point. And I really don't feel like cleaning up after all these guys. I guess I'll just take whatever they got, but I'm not gonna, you know, punch their bodies out of existence. We'll try to keep these spikes repaired to the best of my ability. And that's good, okay. And then let's go repair these walls that were surely damaged during this assault here, like here, and here, and here. You know, so like as I said, pretty good defensible area that you could probably hide in or run away in if need be. It's not really designed for zombies, but it gets the job done. My gun is looking a little weak there. I guess I could just do repair with one of my repair kits. And we need to scrap that, but no room in the queue. Okay. So I'll just put some basic stuff away here. I've been using this little castle box as like a little temporary storage facility, basically, so that's all fine. I'll put that in my main area at some point, probably, but mostly what I want to do today is finish up these walls, and we'll call it a series. And I'm very pleased with the progress. So I haven't done the diagonals. I did most of this front-facing section with the cubes, but the diagonals get a little trickier, so obviously we're going to do that. We'll just hold R, R, click on advanced placement, and then we'll get this positioned correctly. Like so. Oops. And that. Got a little Triforce there going on. You know what? I did this wrong, didn't I? I sure did. Wow. Got the wrong orientation on these blocks. That is a rookie mistake, so I will correct it real quick. Fortunately, we have a good pickaxe. Okay, so a little setback there, and there we go. That is the correct orientation. So it makes a nice flush wall with the outside. And this is just one way to do castle walls, but if you're playing along at home, you can do whatever castle walls you'd like. Alright. And then here, I'm just going to have to probably do that. Okay. So, there's that whole section of the castle, and then let me just do something over here. Sometimes I over-click on this orientation. There we go. This might be the most vulnerable part of the castle, actually. That little corner there, because it's really low to the ground. Problem is that an attacking enemy would have to face opposition from the keep itself if they attack right next to the keep. So the tallest walls are the farthest from the keep, which makes sense in a lot of ways. Okay, so I'll use this little staircase here. But yeah, basically we've done everything we can in the game, other than like the quests, and which are stupid anyway. Okay, there we go. So there's really not a whole lot more to do other than just, you know, keep raiding and stuff, and that's just, it gets a little bit, I don't want to say boring, but just repetitive, you know. So now I'm filling in this wall from the top. I've got most of it built up along the bottom, and then I'll do the what's it called? Corrugations. What's it called? Merlins and so we're gonna have to just jump on these ones and do them like that. What's that called when the walls are like battlements? Okay, and we're out of ramps, so I'm gonna have to go back into here. We'll cancel that for now. We've been making a lot of cobblestone. Let's do about 100 more of the. Let's do 50 more for now. And then we'll keep going with the cobblestone. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to go back to advanced rotation there. It's kind of hard to see. I think it's that one. Okay, there we go. And this one. And this one. And this one. We're not making these fast enough to keep up with the pace that I'm building at. So I might want to just pause for a second. Keep hearing zombie noises, but I'm not particularly worried about it. One way I could continue to have fun in this game without modding or without waiting until Alpha 17 would be to play more on the multiplayer servers, which is a thought. There are modded servers, but I think what I'd like to do first is to go ahead and do a modded series, and then we'll make our decision about to what extent we want to do multiplayer. I have played on multiplayer servers before, so it's not a new thing, but it is something that we want to continue to think about. I'm going to need about 50 more of these, so I should have made 100. And we'll continue with the cobblestone after that. Okay. I probably won't do a lot of furnishing inside the keep before I finish this series in this episode here. Mostly wanting to just get the walls done, because I think that'll be a good accomplishment. I could kind of furnish them, but I just feel like sitting around making furniture ain't going to be that rewarding. I mean, maybe I'll do that kind of thing off camera a little bit if I'm like bored and I feel like interior decorating using a system that's not designed for medieval decorating. It's kind of, I realized that when I was doing the dining hall, that this was going to be quite the challenge because of the lack of medieval blocks. And so then, you know, I started a medieval engineers series again, and I realized, you know, if I'm going to be building a castle, why am I not just using this game rather than the zombie game? The zombies are a more fun opponent, and guns are fun, but medieval engineers much better for building. So still hearing that zombie somewhere. Sounds like it's coming from over here. I think somebody's trying to break down our walls. Oh. Well, it's a screamer, and she screamed. And so we've got, well, there's another screamer. Would have figured that we would have gotten a lot more zombies coming in to reinforce after that. Not seeing that many. Okay, they're coming from over there. These battlements are wonderful, though. Yep, there's another screamer. I'm getting tons of screamers. Not really sure why they're coming from over here anyway. Well, very few zombies came with them this time. Not quite sure. Maybe they're getting confused by the keep. Maybe they're getting confused by other things. Did they come in here? I don't see any sign that they would have been in there. Yet another screamer. Oh, and it's a feral screamer too. She's a runner. Okay, and we're getting stunned here. Why do I have my axe? We're infected, so we'll have to deal with that. Fortunately, oh, how convenient. Let me use a bandage here. And I'm probably not hungry. Oh, I am hungry. Okay, very good. Get that wellness up a little bit here. I mean, that's one thing I can keep doing with this particular playthrough is keep getting my wellness up and thus getting myself in position to basically to get achievements and things like that. 132 though, man, that's not so good. I think it really should be, I mean, the achievements come in at 150, 175, and 200, I believe, so still pretty far away on the achievements. 20 more of those. Alright, let's see if I can get this finished up real quick. Oh, we finally finished our cobblestone there. Okay, we do have a double up there. Okay, so that basically completes the walls. Now they're not perfect, and I could probably do some more with like stairs and things around the towers. I could put some arrow slits down here. In fact, I will. Sure, I'll just do it like that. Well, that's gonna look stupid when I put the arrow slits in. Let's see here. Arrow slits. And we'll just put them here. I'll do some on the other side. You know, that way if the enemy is attacking, I can shoot through the arrow slits. Just like in medieval times, you know, it's the whole point of the design. And then let me finish this side by putting blocks here. Okay. And I guess I should make these a little bit less accessible. Okay, perfect. And there's no real good way to do a gate. I mean, I could like do just a solid wall and paint it. I could do a fence, and that's probably about as good as I could do, but I'm not going to worry about it. I guess just to kind of finish up here, maybe I can make a few beds or something and put them in the keep. So let's go over here, and let's put the wood. Oh, we got some tables and chairs already there. What about bed? Can we make a bed? An old bed. I need springs and... yeah, I need some parts to do that, so I would have to do that, and I think I might do that off camera. But I just wanted to give you one last send-off. This is our keep, so the great hall, banquet tables. I guess I could put some of these chairs down. Again, nothing fancy. The game lacks sufficient variety in the blocks to make this as fancy as it could be, but a little plant in the corner. Here's the kitchen. I would put little doodads in there, but there's not a lot of good blocks. I could do like a barbecue. Here would be like work area and and then maybe living quarters on this one, maybe even a barracks on this one, living quarters on the one below, and then the top with the little tower there. So, it's a pretty cool structure. I'm very pleased with it. I'm glad we tested it and did it, and conceptually it's viable, and it would be actually a pretty cool base if I could if I felt like moving everything over there. The one downside, of course, is that for Horde Night I'd have to figure something out, and I'd have to get spikes going up all around the outside and everything, and it's probably a little too big to be a good base because I'm guessing zombies would spawn inside sometimes. So, but it is a castle. In fact, let me just do this real quick. Because I want to show you it from let me see here. Q enables flying, and H. Okay. So this is obviously a little cheaty, but it looks pretty good actually. I think that's a pretty good castle. I mean, I would work on those the towers could be a little bit bigger, I guess. And they're not done clearly, and maybe I'd even put a tower in here as well. But you know, I think that overall it's pretty good, and you know, I would be putting outbuildings and things, maybe a stable, maybe a blacksmith, maybe a well, maybe a couple fields for farming, but really it's pretty representative of a typical castle, and I really do like the keep. I think that turned out well, despite the weird door situation. Obviously, put that with our zombie fighting base, which is right down here. We've got a pretty good chunk of land, I would say. I'd say this has been a pretty successful series, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it, and I might occasionally, if I feel like popping back in here, play around and go raiding and stuff. But I think this basically is going to do it for this series. So I've gotten a lot of really great feedback and a lot of great participation by people watching. So thank you so much for all that. And you know, this isn't the end. We'll do another 7 Days to Die once I get the mods installed and get that going. So thank you so much for your support, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, we'll see you next time on 7 Days to Die or whatever video I happen to be doing at the time. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this series. Thank you all so much.